Have you ever noticed someone who never posts pictures online? No selfies, no birthday celebrations, no travel photos, no updates to their feed. In a world that rewards attention, likes, and social approval, these people almost seem invisible. But psychology reveals that this behavior is not random or simply about shyness. It actually holds deep insights about their confidence, mindset, and emotional intelligence. Today, let's dive deep into the real psychology behind people who don't post their photos on social media and uncover what it truly means. Point 1. Privacy over popularity. First, one of the most common reasons is privacy over popularity. Psychologists say those who rarely or never share photos online tend to have a high privacy orientation. They value control over what others get to see and think about them. Unlike those who eagerly share every moment to harvest likes, these individuals are careful guardians of their mental space, actively protecting themselves from oversharing. Having an inner sense of security, they don't seek external validation to affirm their self-worth. While many rely heavily on social feedback from likes and comments to feel good, they choose instead self-validation, a silent, powerful way of saying "I'm enough" without approval. This is actually a sign of emotional strength and maturity. It implies that they don't need digital attention to feel validated. This conscious choice helps shield them from the anxiety and pressure that often comes with online popularity contests. Point 2. Strong self-awareness. Secondly, research into self-concept clarity shows that people who post less online often have a well-defined, clear understanding of who they are. They know their values, their aspirations, and what truly matters to them in life. This solid self-awareness means they don't feel the need to conform to online trends, chase popularity, or compare themselves constantly with others. They have what psychologists call an internal locus of evaluation. They rely on their own judgments rather than seeking approval externally. This reduces the social pressures to perform or present an idealized version of themselves. For these individuals, happiness comes from within, built on authentic self-acceptance rather than dependent on how many likes their photos get or how others react. Point 3. Emotional security and inner confidence. The third major factor is emotional security and inner confidence. Many people who avoid posting photos tend to possess secure self-esteem, a robust form of confidence that doesn't require external affirmation to survive. Posting selfies or updates just to prove their worth is unnecessary because they already possess a strong sense of self. Psychologists have found that individuals with secure self-esteem tend to be less anxious, less approval-seeking, and more focused on their real-world goals and experiences. They derive their sense of accomplishment and value from achievements and meaningful relationships, not from their social media presence. This emotional balance often results in calmer, grounded individuals who prioritize genuine connections over virtual popularity. Point 4. Deep thinkers, not show-offs. Fourth, people who stay quiet on social media are often deep thinkers rather than show-offs. They tend to be more introspective, carefully considering what they post rather than broadcasting every detail of their lives. This thoughtful approach means they post only when something truly matters or adds value to their own sense of self or to their audience. They judge themselves by their own standards rather than by others' fleeting opinions. Again, highlighting that internal locus of control. They prefer authentic conversations over superficial likes. To them, social media is not a stage for performance, but a tool used sparingly and with meaning. Point 5. Understanding the digital illusion and avoiding social comparison. Many who choose not to post understand the digital illusion inherent in social media, the way it can distort reality into highlight reels, manicured images, and edited versions of life. Psychologists call this the social comparison theory, where people constantly measure their own worth against carefully crafted representations of others' lives. By staying low-key and avoiding posting personal photos, These individuals protect their mental health from falling into the endless cycle of comparison. They choose peace and psychological well-being over the stressful and sometimes toxic pursuit of online approval and recognition. In this way, they resist being caught in the digital popularity game and instead opt for a quieter, more balanced life. So the next time you notice someone who doesn't post their pictures, don't assume they're just shy, antisocial, or uninterested. More often, they might be emotionally intelligent, self-aware, and grounded in ways most social media enthusiasts are not. Their silence on social platforms reflects a profound confidence, a confidence that comes from inside, not from being seen online. They don't need to be liked or viewed to feel seen or valued. If you loved this insight into human behavior and want to learn more about the fascinating ways people think and act, make sure to hit the like button right now. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts. Do you know someone who never posts photos? Why do you think that is? And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because here, we don't just scroll through people's lives, we decode the fascinating minds behind